Hi, this is Mike Martin with Acme Truckloads. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Didn't think much of it until I started getting texts and emails saying, hey, dude, what's up? No videos. You haven't done a video for a while. I guess I didn't think it was that big a deal, but okay. I wanted to do videos, but a couple of things stood in the way. First of all, we had the holidays. Now, let me tell you about the holidays. Nobody in this business does a damn thing during the holidays. They're on vacation, they're off, they're resting up from their vacation, they're doing whatever. It's impossible to get anything done from December 15th to say January 15th. Everybody's either off or vacationing or recovering or trying to catch up. There's nothing you can do. And then you throw into the fact that after that, I got sick. I got a cold. Now you're thinking, no big deal, he's got a cold. Well, when I was in my 20s and 30s, yeah, I'd get a cold. What I would do to fix it is I'd go out that night, have about 12 beers, get crazy, get wild, come back in the morning, and be fine. But at my age now, that don't work that way. Now, I get the cold, I'm down for a couple days, and then it starts getting better. So I start getting a little cocky. But then, boom, it hits again. And it's 10 times worse. And it lasts 3 weeks. I can't talk. I can't do anything. So I got the holiday month blown, and I got a month of being sick blown. So I just been kind of laying around doing nothing, and I didn't want to do this. I didn't really want to talk to anybody about anything. But I'm back. But that brings me to the point of this video, and the thing that frustrates me about this business. I know you're going to yourself, oh, Mike's frustrated about something in this business? Yeah, I know. I'm frustrated about a lot. And this is a place where I can actually let it out and let people know. And it turns out there's a lot of you that feel the same way. That in itself is a little frustrating, don't you think? Anyhow, my biggest problem as of late with this business is that we've got a large percentage of wishy-washy, wimpy, wussy people in this business. Either that or they're just bullshitters and they really aren't doing anything in this business. Let me explain. There was a time when you would have a load of something that you were selling. You'd put it out, a few people would call. One guy would say, yeah, I really like that. We'd go over the details, we'll facilitate the deal. He'd pay, we'd ship the stuff off, and it was done. It doesn't seem to happen anymore because everybody is asking a billion questions. Now, I have no problem with questions, but here's a rule I found in the last 2 years. The more questions somebody asks, the less likely it is that they are going to actually do the deal. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to make sure my customer knows everything they can about the load before they do the deal. But I get guys that will call me up and say, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. Okay, I got it for you. Now I'm waiting for some kind of something back, to get something back for what I just did for them. They go, you know what, they need this, they need this, they need this, they need it. So I go back and I get that for them. And I'm thinking, okay, are you ready to do the deal? You know what, we got one more deal and this and that and this and that. And then I go back to them. And then when I'm looking for an answer, they say, I'll talk to them. I'll find out what I got going. And then I don't hear from them a week. And every time I don't hear from somebody for a week, it's amazing that every time that person has gone through some major life-changing situation. My daughter got married. My grandmother died. My dad's sick. My dog threw up on the carpet. They've always got an excuse for not coming back. They ran me through the hoops. And they made me do all this stuff. But when it came down to the time that they had to do something and at least say, hey, Mike, no, that's too much, get screwed. They couldn't even do that. They just kind of laid back and just tried to make it go away, which irritates me to no end because the next time you call me, and I know you did that to me, I'm not even going to talk to you. So whatever deal you didn't do this time, if by some chance you're interested in the new deal, I'm not even going to talk to you. But that's my point about this business. There is two things you need in any kind of business, particularly this business. It's you've got to be bold. There are some risks in this and every other business. If you think you can get by without taking a risk, you should not be in business. Here's what I'm saying. Every time I go into a conversation with somebody and they get nervous and they want me to do all these things. They want me to jump through hoops, which are ridiculous. I want to pick it up. I want COD. I want this. They're trying to hedge so they have no risk at all. And the fact of the matter is they got to have some risk. That's part of business. But I'll say, no, that's not going to work. Well, you have to understand, I got ripped off in this business. Well, no shit. Everybody who is in this business at some point has been ripped off. And the reason they've been ripped off is because they're new at it. They did something stupid. They got too anxious and they just did it without thinking. And when that happens, that's on me. That's on you. That's on us. If we don't do what we're supposed to do, yeah, we can get ripped off. If we got caught up in the deal, we fall in love with the deal, yeah, we can get ripped off. But when you're talking to me, I do what I can to make sure there is no rip-offs here, because I know the people that are selling and hopefully know the people that are buying. But people will go on and on and on and on and run you through hoops and never get anything done. But see, here's what I don't understand. We are in business to make money, correct? Now, in order for the source to make money, he needs to sell the product to the buyer. And the buyer then needs to take that product and sell it to an end user. Well, if this guy isn't buying product from the source, he's got nothing to sell to the end user, and nobody's making money because we're all afraid. Because we don't want to take a risk, because we got too many questions. That's absolutely absurd. If everybody is too afraid and aren't bold or decisive enough, you need to say, hey, you know what? I need to be an accountant. I need to get a job in a 7-Eleven. I need to do something where there's no risk involved. It's very frustrating trying to do business now when everybody is afraid to do business. Here's the thing that annoys me the most, and as soon as I hear it, I hang up on them, I let them go. Somebody will call me. I'm not calling them to buy the stuff. I'm not calling them to buy my product. They see what I have, they call me and they're interested, they have all the questions, we jump through the hoops and all that stuff. And then we start talking about it. And as we're going along and as we're getting closer, the comments I hear sound like they're trying to talk themselves out of buying it. Well, you know, it's bad because of this, it's bad because of that. And they're not really putting it on me. What's going on is they're scared to death to pull the trigger and do a deal. They literally are trying to talk themselves out of the deal. But in that process, what they're doing is wasting my goddamn time or wasting your goddamn time. We're in business to do business. We're in business to make money. And we can only make money if we're moving product from here over to there. If we can't do that, we're not in business, and we should all get a job at 7-Eleven because that's ridiculous. We need people with a little more courage. There is a certain amount of courage of being in business. You have to take a risk. You have to use your better judgment to make the best choices. And you know what? Sometimes you'll make a bad choice, but then you just deal with it and move on. That's the big thing. People are so afraid to be wrong or make the wrong choice. You can't do that because then you do nothing. What you do is you make the best choice you can with the most information you have. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, you go, okay, that didn't work, spin off and go on and do the next thing. Unless you're moving forward, you're not doing anything. You're sitting still, feeling sorry for yourself, telling stories of great sales in the past and doing nothing today. And you're not paying your light bill. Anyway, enough of the rant. I've got some K-Cups and some ground coffee. It's Starbucks. It's good stuff. And it's a good price. And you can pick it up if you want. We can have it delivered. Doesn't matter. If you do K-Cups or ground coffee, you need to call me, text me, email me, whatever. It's a good deal. I'll get you the information. I've got some appliances too. I've got some refurbished appliances and I've got some scratch and dent appliances. So if you're in the business of that type of thing and you are a decisive, bold person, give me a call. If you're not decisive or not bold, don't freaking call me. Call somebody else. I got to get going. I'll talk to you later.